Well, not only is there a controversy in the latest around the NEET examination, remember the NET examination has also come under severe criticism. But speaking of the ongoing controversy around NEET, a NEET candidate, Anurag Yadav, has confessed that the lead question paper given to him by his uncle matched the actual exam paper. His confessional letter has in fact been accessed by several media channels as well, and this is big news coming in, given that, remember, there's an FIR that's already been filed, investigations are underway, several arrests have taken place already. Anshul joins us with more details on what this tells us. Anshul, here's a NEET candidate who says, and it's a big confession on his part, that the leaked question paper given to him by his uncle matched the actual exam paper, which pretty much reestablishes the allegations of paper leak that have been leveled against this particular examination all through and through.
Well, definitely, Bihar has become one of the epicenters from where this alleged paper leak might have happened. Remember, the statement that has been given by the student has been given to the police under Section 161 of the CRPC, where he has very clearly claimed that his uncle gave him a question paper, and that question paper, he was asked to memorize that question paper entirely, and that same question paper came on the next day. Remember, the first FIR of paper leak that was filed in this entire matter was filed from Bihar itself, and it was on the very day that the NEET examinations had taken place. So definitely there was this suspicion that somewhere or the other paper leak might have happened, but NTA did not choose to respond at that point in time. In fact, NTA categorically denied that no paper leak has happened, but the manner in which the investigation has gone ahead, the Bihar police has arrested several people, and in fact the students have also now come on record and said that they had access to the question paper that had come out during the NEET exams, and it is true that they were able to clear that exams as well. So definitely the allegations are very, very serious in nature, but still we haven't seen the NTA coming on record and giving out any sort of solutions to these students, because yes, there are students who are demanding a re-examination of NEET, but yes, there are students as well who had studied throughout the year and has gotten very, very good marks, and those students are saying that they do not want a re-examination in this entire matter, because their hard work of an entire year will go to waste. So definitely the NTA needs to come out with a solution at this point in time, but before that they need to identify the problem, and that problem has still not been identified and yet clarified to the students as well.
Anshul, how do we look at this paper leak issue in its entirety? We have several versions coming to light, and this is not a first such confession that's come in of paper leak around this examination. Then there are allegations by the Deputy Chief Minister against Tejashwi Yadav around his involvement. An investigation most certainly is underway, and FIR has been filed. Several people have been arrested as well. But like you said, much depends on the formal communication that we receive from the NTA, because questions are directly aimed at NTA. What happens to the people, given that Supreme Court has also come out to say they're going to hear the matter next on the 8th of July? There's a broad window before the 8th that still has so many questions out.
Well, definitely, you see that this is a crucial time that is being lost by many students, as the Supreme Court will hear the case on 8th of July, and post that, God knows for how many days will this hearing go on. Because remember, many of the students who give this NEET exams also sit in other exams such as the JEE mains exams as well. Now, post the examination, they have to select if they want to pursue engineering or they want to pursue in the medical field, and the counseling for both these things happens at the same time. More or less. So definitely a lot of students are in a dilemma that should they wait for a clear order from the Supreme Court, post which they could decide what will their future course of action will be, and that is where a lot of students are in a massive dilemma. On the other hand, we are seeing that the NTA more or less has been very, very unresponsive to the in fact in giving clarification to these students. In fact, the NTA initially said that no paper leak has happened. Post that, they said that grace marks have also been given. Then in the Supreme Court, they said that they are ready for a re-examination of the grace marks that have been given to students. So definitely there is a lot of flip-flop that has come in from the NTA. They are still not ready to accept that some sort of mismanagement has happened, whether it is in the form of paper leaks, whether it is in the form of paper checking or giving out grace marks. There are issues that have been raised.
Yes, but apart from the grace marks issues, several other issues that need to be addressed still. Remember, the Supreme Court is going to be taking up a fresh batch of petitions as well around the NEET examination. Let's see how that plays out today. But Thank you for that. We will come back to you in just a bit, Anshul. We need to quickly shift our attention to more news coming in. Given these questions are being asked of the NTA, let's talk about the latest action we're seeing take part on the Education Ministry. The Education Ministry has sought a report from the Economic Offences Unit of the Bihar Police regarding the alleged paper leak in the examination this year. So the Education Ministry is seeking a report from the Bihar Police over the paper leak claims. Seeking this report from the police's Economic Offences Unit over the paper leak, and they've been asked to submit a detailed report regarding alleged irregularities in the conduct of the examination. Let me go across to Sharon joining us with more details. Sharon, tell us a little bit more about the report that's now been sought by the Education Ministry, since there are increasing questions that are being asked around the paper leak as well, and several of these instances, remember, coming in from the state of Bihar. There's a little bit of answering that the Bihar police will now have to do.
Well, not just in Bihar, but there are cases that are coming in from Gujarat, Godhra, as well as in Rajasthan. But when it comes to the case of Bihar, there is 2 FIRs that have been registered in the case. 13 people have been arrested. And keeping this in mind, the Education Ministry has asked the economic wing of the Bihar Police to submit a detailed report to the Education Ministry so that necessary action can be taken against those who are involved in the alleged paper leak. Apart from that, the NTA has also constituted a committee. They are also looking into the matter, and after a final report will be filed by the Economic Offences Wing, then the NTA will be filing their final report to the Supreme Court on July 8th, and accordingly necessary action will be taken by the Education Ministry.
Okay, so it's in line perhaps with the directives that have been issued by the Supreme Court. The NTA will come out with a proper response by the 8th of July. Many thanks, Sharon, for joining us with the latest. Heading into a very quick break for now. There's lots more lined up on the other side. We'll be right back. Keep watching CNN News 18.